Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Halvonis here and welcome to another video. Now, I've been doing the BlizzCon announcements and stuff from BlizzCon, obviously, and seeing as how I've gotten such great feedback on those, I'm going to continue with some stuff. So, right now we're going to look at some of the ideas that they have for level 100 talents right now. And keep in mind these are not final. They are subject to change at any point, but let's go over them. And we'll start out with Death Knight. One of the 3 new talents that they will be able to receive is Necrotic Plague. It is a passive, a powerful disease that deals 100 damage per stack every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. Each time it deals damage, it gains 1 stack and jumps to another nearby enemy, if possible. It cannot spread by pestilence. So it's a self-spreading disease. Good for AoE packs, I would assume. Another good AoE pack is Defile. It costs 1 Unholy Rune at a 30-yard range. It's an instant cast for 30 seconds cooldown. Defiles the ground by the Death Knight, causing 100 shadow damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. Each time Defile deals damage, it will increase in area and damage by 5%. The growth can occur a maximum of 3 times per second. Replaces Death and Decay. So, it looks like they're getting rid of Death and Decay for all Death Knights, which sucks. I mean, we are losing an AoE, technically, if you don't choose to take Defile. Personally, the one that I'll be taking is Breath of Syndragosa, which is 15 runic power plus 15 runic power per second. Instant 1 minute cooldown. Continuously deals 2,000 Shadow Frost damage every 1 second to all enemies in a cone in front of you. This AoE lasts until cancelled or runic power is exhausted. So, you know, I'm looking at this, and pros and cons are Defile is a cooler version of Death and Decay. You know, Necrotic Plague, it's basically just, you know, a smart disease tick, which is good. So, I personally, as a Frost Death Knight, may be using either Defile or Breath of Syndragosa. I'm thinking maybe we'll Defile a little bit more now that I'm looking at it, but we'll see when that time comes. Next, let's look at the Druids. Druids have quite a bit, so let's have a look. Touch of a Loon. It is a balance. For the balance, it will be passive. Entering Solar Eclipse will transform your Starfall spell into Sunfall and reset its cooldown. Feral. Lunar Inspiration. Passive. Moonfire is now usable while in cat form. Generates 1 combo point and costs 30 energy. Guardian. Guardian of a Loon. Instant 1.5 second cooldown. Requires bear form. Instantly converts up to 60 rage into a 5,000 absorption shield for 15 seconds. Replaces frenzied regeneration. Restoration. Passive. Omen of Clarity. Now lasts 5 seconds instead of 1 cast. The Will of Malfurion. Balance. Zenith is called. Channeled. Targets all enemies within 60 yards and accelerates the caster's Moonfire and Sunfire effects, causing them to deal damage at 400% normal rate for 4 seconds. Feral. Bloody Thrash. Passive. Thrash now also spreads Rake to other damaged enemies, which is good for AoE ability, like at packs and stuff. Of course, I think they're trying to make tank druids a little bit more optimal for tanking. Guardian. Oh, that's Feral, rather. Probably trying to make it DPS druids a little bit more optimal for DPS. Guardian. Malfurion's Tenacity. Passive. Increases your armor by 200% of your agility. That's good if you have a lot of agility. Restoration. Germination. Passive. Genesis now also extends rejuvenation by 1 second after hasting it. That's good. Might of Malorn. Balance. Equinox. Passive. Lunar and solar eclipse now last until the other one is triggered, instead of ending at 0 balance power. Feral, savagery. Passive, savage roar is now passive. Guardian, bristling fur, passive. After using Enrage, the next attack you will deal 50% less damage. Restoration, passive. Swift Mend now consumes regrowth or rejuvenation, but has no cooldown. That's a pretty decent thing to do there. So next we're gonna look at the hunters. Okay. Hunter, Bola Shot, 30 focused, 40-yard range. Instant. Fires a bola at the target, which wraps around them. After 1 second it explodes, dealing 3,000 fire damage to them, and an additional 2,000 fire damage to all enemies within 5 yards. Replaces Arcane Shot. So Bola Shot is actually a play from Diablo 3, where you use the Bola Shot, and it does the exact same thing that it says in this. Snipe, 40-yard range, 2.77 second cast time. Requires ranged weapon. Carefully line up the perfect shot, dealing 150 weapon damage, generating 60 focus. Cannot cast while moving. Replaces Steady Shot and Cobra Shot. Beastmaster and Survival. Also refreshes Serpent Sting. And for marksmanship, it also triggers Steady Focus. With or without you. Beastmaster. Versatility. Passive. Increase the effect of your pet's combat experience to 70% increased damage. Your pet now gains the following abilities regardless of spec. Rabid, Spiked Collar, Thunderstomp, Blood of the Rhino, Greater Stamina, Bullhead, Cornered, and Boar's Speed. Marksmanship and Survival, Lone Wolf. Passive, all damage dealt. Increases all damage dealt by 30% when you don't have an active pet. So, it looks like Marksmanship and Survival are going to be taking... We're going to be taking their pets away, basically. Because that is... You know, you won't need a pet up if you're doing it that way. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here. We left off on Hunter, and next we'll do Monk, we'll do Mage, Monk, and Paladin. Then we'll do Priest, Rogue, and Shaman, and then we'll leave Warlock and Warrior for last. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.